Well, Halito, I'll tell you a story. Kind of a funny story, kind of sad story. A little intermixed there. Years ago when I was a plumber, well, I was a plumber, working as a plumber's helper. I dug ditches and stuff. But years ago, working for Trimount Plumbing, we had an employee. His name was Terrell. Oh, last name. I can't remember last name. His name was Terrell. Man, he had a fear of dead people. Yes, he did. He had a job at a funeral home one time, unclogging a clogged drain at one of in the morgue. Kind of weird. But he was doing a house up near, I think it's Kingwood. I guess it was north of Houston a little bit. And I think it was if I remember right, it's a kitchen remodel. Anyway, he was doing a house, and the one of the homeowners, the wife, mother, I guess however you want to call it, went upstairs and everything and into their son's room. I think his son's about 11, 12 years old, something like that. And she started screaming. He dropped what he was doing and ran up real fast because it was he said it was one of those murder screams. Anyway, he got up there and she had just found her son, about 11, 12 years old, hanging in the closet. He killed himself. Don't know why. Details, nothing. Now, he was telling me and I guess a boss man and a few of the guys that work with us that hey, he can't go back to the house. He had a fear of dead people. Don't know why. But he can't finish that job. Now, kind of fast forward, because we had multiple jobs we're doing at the same time, and a lot of times they put me on the jobs that need labor or someone skinny to get under a house. This was in Kingwood, rather nice house, expensive house, rich neighborhood, and they didn't need none of that, none of the above. So anyway, about my brain's saying a few weeks passed. And I could be off at the time. It could be a couple of days, but it felt like weeks. And we're in Kingwood working this guy's house, and there's just a banquet of food out. He said, "Help yourself." So I'm sitting there chewing on, eating food and stuff. Help yourself. And I'm noticing flowers and balloons and condolences, and I'm noticing that. And I'm not thinking anything sinister. I'm thinking someone's sick or someone, something like that. And the homeowner, he's on the phone talking to someone, and seeing all these flowers and balloons and the food and everything. It's just that Terrell's story. That was, it could have been a few days ago, it could have been a week ago. His story could have popped in my head, and I said, I turned to my boss man. I said, "Hey Tim, what happened to that house with the kid kill himself? We were finishing the house. What's going on with that house?" Because we had multiple jobs going on, and that Tim, my boss man, grabbed me by the arm and yanked me out that house. See, I didn't know this. I was in the house, and that was the kid's father, and I didn't know that. Didn't know. So he gave me outside and said, "This is the house, dude. What you doing?" I said, "I didn't know there's a house. I mean, I knew it was a house, and it was like a few weeks ago. I figured by now we'd finished the job. I guess they postponed the job for after the funeral." Whew. Anyway, I'm sitting there, chewing on food, mouthful full of sandwich, and talking about where's the house? What happened to the house? The kid killed himself. So he said, "You stay out here and let me go back in and assess the situation and see if the guy even heard you." Turned out, as far as I know, the guy didn't hear me. He said, "Yeah, I guess somehow he probed and sort of, asking some questions, or don't know how he did it, but yeah, he ascertained that the man didn't hear me. He was on the phone, and I was probably I was background noise." Oh my goodness gracious! That's how you put your foot in your mouth and start chewing. That's how you do that. Yeah, I mean, I felt guilty afterwards, but honestly, I didn't know it was the house. I didn't put the condolences, the flowers, and the food. I didn't link that to the situation weeks earlier with the kid hanging himself in the closet. Dang. That's all I got on that. Take it or leave it. It's a piece of that you eat.